Hi everyone, another day, another box. And once again, I had to open this one right away. You'll see the Mystery Experiences Company, The Lost City. So this is always a fun one. I can't remember now if it's the first I ever signed up for, but definitely one of the first. This has got to be number 7 or 8 for me. So that's why I always get excited when it comes. And I always forget when it comes because I actually disable emails. So I don't know about the tracking numbers and I don't know until it would hit me later that there's a problem. So this was sitting right out my door when I got up this morning, which is absolutely perfect. So that's one reason why I'm opening it a little early for me. Sometimes I tend to wait until it's, nighttime or something like that for better lighting and that stuff. And it's a beautiful day here, so I have the windows open, so don't know if you heard the car that just went by, but still, that's why I wanted to get to this one right away. It sounds like a perfect summer activity. So as usual, when I unbox from the Mystery Experiences Company, I just want to say I'm going to show everything that's in here. So if you're not wanting to be spoiled, I don't think you'd be watching, but just in case you don't want to be watching as I show things, I'm not going to solve the puzzle or anything like that. I just kind of respond to what's in the box as in a typical unboxing style. But sometimes I may say something that may be a clue or it may be a distraction. I don't even know. But I may look at something, I may see initials, and it may remind me of something from a past puzzle, or it may remind me of something else, and then I say it, and that might be part of the answer, or it might be something that you look up and can't find anything, and it just takes more time. So I guess I should say take everything with a grain of salt, as you should do with every video, because I've gotten many things wrong as I've tried to figure out what things are. But here we have Mystery Experiences Company, the June box, even though it is, no, the July box because it's the end of June right now. So let's see what we have. A thinner box than some of them. Mine got punched by something, so it's not perfect, pristine shape as the others are, but I'm sure that that's harmed nothing. I can hear a few things inside, but not like one of my first boxes where I thought I heard glass and it turns out it was glass but wasn't broken. So we have The Lost City right here. All right, so a lot of typically interesting, good-looking items. So let's see what we have. You can see right on top there is some kind of burlap bag. I can say when I hear Lost City, there are a couple of professors at Drake University in Forest City, where all of this takes place, who are archaeologists and go on digs. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, think about how to open this. So an arrowhead, but if it's the Lost City and it's Mayan, there's red on it, so I hope that's not blood. If so, wouldn't that be fun if we actually had a DNA lab? But we have this arrowhead in a burlap bag. So this is why I also say I love the Mystery Experiences Company, because the products looked good. I can't remember the exact price, but I just know that it feels like it's worth it and then some. So we have a necklace. Looks like a Mayan figure. So not quite sure what that's about, but I'm not supposed to. Again, something as a necklace. They do actually send products that are useful. I've worn a couple of things out and about just as they seem to fit. A piece from a traditional Mayan wooden doll. This says circa 1872. That's actually not that long ago for a Mayan city. But we have this piece from a worry doll, traditional Mayan worry doll. All right. There's always a card that describes the mystery, and it gives the hints and solutions on the back, which, where to find them. These are not the actual hints. Now there are documents in the Facebook group. So if you go to files on there, then you can see the hints and the solution. So I've actually already downloaded those, thrown them in a file. They're PDFs, so just in case I want to see them. And I'm not online, but The Lost City. We also have nice printing. So, okay, postcards with descriptions on the back. The Palace of the Kings, this says. Hope you can see that well. Chichen Itza. The Temple of the Sun. Pyramid. And who is this? So, Dearest Benjamin, A couple of Benjamins come to mind. With great affection, Rachel. We had the Rachel mystery a couple of boxes ago. I'm not going to read the rest of the note, but we have this also here. Then a small card, which looks like a photo, Mary and Lucia. Right there, it is blank on the back. Gotta always check that. Sometimes there's a number or something, but we have that small business size card. A telegram. Postal telegraph, commercial cables. Does not have a date that I can see right away, but it is from Honduras. So, to Mr. Alexei Nikitin from Thomas. Okay, looking for replacements for something, and the telegram is saying cannot find them. All right, so we have the telegram. There's always going to be some kind of notes. We have another, looks like exhibition journal here. Usually the older ones have journals. The newer ones may have a page that then has a link to a website. So whether it's FBI, autopsy reports, in one case it was journalist notes. Here apparently it is an exhibition journal. So this gives us, I'm sure, an order of the things as they happened, but I'm not going to read that. So we have that there. There's always a note from Mr. X or someone. This one is from Christopher Forrest. I'm not sure if that's to be confused, not to be confused with Christopher from, yes, this is Christopher's Curiosities. The creators of the whole company are Christopher Forrest and Amy Raymond Forrest. So I hope I got that right. If so, apologies. But Christopher Forrest in Forest City is also the proprietor of Christopher's Curiosities. So there's all kinds of fascinating objects there. And this is just a letter letting us know a little bit about what's in here. In my shop, I display and offer for sale thousands of strange items. I procure these during my travels around the world. I find the items in your box in the private collection of a Forest City family, descended from the famous explorer Benedict Dawes. All right, so I now give possession of this mysterious box to you. So I've got that. Then we have several pieces of paper, typical American letter sized. So let me put these down, because one time, I think my first video, there were a couple of pages stuck together and I missed things and some people started panicking. It's like, I thought there was this. Why isn't that there in your box? A letter on John Shaw stationery to Mary from John. Again, not going to read it yet. Investigation notes. Interview with Alexei Nikitin. So I don't know who's done the investigation, but we have some notes here. Oh, and a page 2. Picture of a tiger. So investigation notes. An interview with Benedict Dawes, is one of the names I just said. Here's the Palace of the Kings. That was on the card. Interview with him. Investigation notes. The Zymel Arch, not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but some more investigation notes. So lots and lots of notes, lots of reading. Harder paper. Okay. We're going to make sure things are stuck together. Nothing on the back. Mat. I don't know why I can't speak, and I should start the video over, but if you want the full experience, this is what it's like. So, a map of Zamal, but it looks like we have all kinds of things listed. The Palace of the Kings, the Temple of the Jaguar, a jaguar sighting, lots of numbers with things around, the expedition camp, no guide to let you know about distance, but sense of direction. So we have a map that will, I assume, explain where these things are in relation to each other, and may be important if one person's in one location, but they're reported in another. All right, now we're getting to the puzzles, which there are always puzzles. So a photo here, the bag, some objects, and then on the back we have a few little notes, and then just a ton of AB, 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 and those kinds of things. So I'm not sure what kind of cipher or cryptogram or puzzle that might be. It mentions astronomical knowledge, but yeah, lots of AB, AB, AB. Okay, I'm seeing some apostrophes. One apostrophe. Any sentence ending? No. Okay, just a lot of letters. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but that's the whole point. Okay, solve this puzzle to gain access to another piece of the puzzle. Sincerely, Christopher. Some kind of maze, letters. I wonder if those letters are in order if you use it to find the center of the puzzle. So, okay, something to look at there. Christopher's Curiosities, clearly a code of some kind, somewhere. Online or in one of these documents, there's got to be a key to explain what this says. But I'm assuming, rightly or wrongly, that each one is a letter. So we have this, and then we have another puzzle with some dots and I, some underlining, so it's not Morse code, but it's some other kind of cipher. I'll just point out, well, I'm thinking 334, phone number, maybe. So it may not be, letters, maybe a number, but okay. We have that. So those look like the puzzles and those pieces of paper. Then we've got, all right, we always get a copy of the newspaper, the Forest City Tribune. This one, well, actually, I'm not sure if it was called the Tribune today, Forest City Info, not sure. But anyway, this newspaper is actually dated June 13th, 1872. So this is an older one. I'll need to go to my notebook and see if this is the oldest, because there was another 19th century one that I remember. So here we have Expedition in Search of a Fabled Lost City. So we have some historical information here, but it looks like some of this is contemporary. Okay, let's see what's in the order. There's always a newspaper, and they even say this in the guidelines. Read the newspaper first, just to get some background and stuff like that. And so I will take a look at that. But we have a newspaper mentioning the search for the lost city. A photo of Benedict Dawes, whose name has been mentioned. Detective John Shaw, whose name came up. The merchant ship Ajax. And some ads for some products. This 2-cent newspaper. Okay, so we have just a newspaper like this. Lots and lots of stories. Byron Walker, Alexei Nikitin, heard that name. Cornell Cavanaugh. Meshack Abraham Jr., Captain Benjamin Hannigan, David Livingston, Thomas Penn. All right, so I'm betting that, well, it says at the top, members of the expedition with descriptions of who they are. Some ads, a dentist, a pharmacist, whiskey and health, situations wanted, those can be fun. A marketplace, departures, so some things like that. Back page, local news. This can be fun. If you're a part of the Facebook group and you've given permission, your name might appear somewhere in here, or even your photo. So these can be fun and sometimes have some actual clues stuck in them. So, okay, got to read to see if I mentioned or anything. But we have the newspaper. We have all of these different puzzles. So I'm seeing 4 printed puzzles. So there might be more online. There might be something else in here that I'm missing. I'm seeing those puzzles, the map, and then lots and lots of written notes giving us this history. So those pages of notes I showed you with interviews. Here, a letter from John Shaw to Mary. I'm not sure if her name's important, but we'll see. And Christopher's letter that came with it. And the Expedition Journal of Benedict Dawes from July 1872. The telegram. There's a lot in here. This small photo of 2 women. Large photo of a woman. Rachel to Dearest Benjamin. Photos of the places. So we have the Palace of the Kings and the Temple of the Sun. And then from the traditional Mayan voodoo doll, a necklace with a symbol on it. So, okay. Now one of those symbols match a puzzle. And then this burlap bag with the arrowhead in it that has some dots of red on it. I won't try to take that out now. So that is the July 2017 Mystery Experiences Company. I'm very curious myself what will be coming up with this, but I think I know what I'm going to be playing around with. Like I said, a lot to read, a lot to process, but that's good. That's what this is all about. So until the next box arrives, I'm Nels Heiberg. Have fun.